What is your position on ending the Bush tax cuts for the rich? Some say the $860 billion in revenue gained could either be spent on vital social programs for all Americans or on reducing the federal deficit. But if you are for keeping them, please explain why you and maybe others think the rich need this extra money.
Maybe a couple extra yachts? I don't know. Thank you for asking that. I absolutely support ending the Bush tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, the wealthiest 1% to 2%. And I'll tell you why. Look, I've studied the deficit, as a business owner and as just somebody who's balanced the budget in my own household. I have to tell you, I don't like debt. I don't like debt. We've got an unbelievable amount of debt that we need to reduce because it's our kids that are paying for it. So I've really been studying these numbers, and it's been very interesting to see, a lot of people assume that the largest portion of the debt came from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The truth is that's not true. The largest portion of the debt came from the Bush tax cuts. The Bush tax cuts added more to the deficit than the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. And look, it's one of the only times in American history, if not the only, that we've ever gone to war and cut taxes at the same time. So instead of paying for it then, it's our kids that are paying for it and will pay for it. So we need to reduce the deficit, and anybody who's ever been in the hole knows that you have to make tough decisions when you need to dig out of a hole. And look, I don't see any way that we ever emerge from this deficit if we don't end the Bush tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans who can afford it, which, as you say, will add $860 billion over the next 10 years, or take away from the deficit if we use it for that, which I think, frankly, we have to. I think we have to attribute it to the deficit. And at the same time, at the other end, we have to cut costs. You can't look at this as just one way or the other. We need to attack it from both sides, and that's absolutely what I would do.